Minecraft Championship Season 2 has some of the most insane and skilled players ever battling for the crown. But who's in fact the best of the best, ready to take on all the rest? These are the top 10 MCC players of Season 2. But before we begin, this is done on average points for Season 2. So if your favourite isn't on this list, instead of getting annoyed at me, let me know your own personal top 10 in the comments section below. And whilst you're down there, please subscribe. It would mean the world to me as a small channel, as I have big dreams for the future. So please consider doing so. Anyway, enough rambling. Let's get on with it. Starting at 10th place, Fundy. We start the list with the one and only Fundy, who is of course banned, although it's not very clear if he is fully or not. But anyway, Fundy might be a surprise to many, but before his hiatus, he was amazing, getting incredible result after incredible result, only finishing outside the top 10 once this season, which doesn't even really count anyway, because it was 11th. Overall, he has an average score of 2,658 points. And of course, I hope he returns to MCC once again very soon. Now, as always, it's time for some honourable mentions. But there's literally just too many. From Antfrost in 11th to Tommy Innit in 20th. So yeah, it's really heating up and there's so many incredible players that I just can't. But anyway, let's head on to 9th place, SB737. It's another shock as SB takes 9th, which is at least a little bit different from his usual 7th place finish. Because this man has been insane, literally getting 7th 3 times in a row with his cool head and brilliant skill. But what's even more crazy to think about, that he's not even consistently in the tournament, making this feat even more impressive. Despite the lack of playing time, he's also won an event this season in MCC 17 and has an average score of 2,735 points, which is only 24 points behind 8th place, Purpled. We have a new addition to this list with our MCC 23 winner, Purpled, who has been a sensational addition to Minecraft Championships, with his Bed Wars ability translating perfectly over to the big event, with him impressively getting into Dodgeball twice out of the 3 events he's competed in, with top 3 placements in both these tournaments, making him very much one to look out for as he climbs his way up this list. So far, he has an average point score of 2,759 points, which once again is only 17 points away from 7th place, Dream. Yep, that's right, we have 50 points between 3 players, showing just how competitive the tournament is right now. But leading the other 2 is Dream, the Manhunt Master, who's certainly been busy this season, winning MCC 15 and 16, as well as the non-canon events MCC All-Stars and Pride 2022, which is incredible and shows just how good he is, even when lag makes him fall from glory. He has a total average score of 2,776 points, although some may have to be taken off for a little bit of cheating that he's done. But I'm going to move on quickly before I get any angry comments to 6th place, PeteZahHutt. One of the greatest MCC players of all time, unfortunately only finds himself in 6th, with it only being because of how incredibly competitive the tournament is right now. Despite his position, he's been sensational, continuing to get brilliant results and also improving every aspect of his game. He also got a very impressive victory this season in MCC 17, where he came first place individually with an insane score, which added to his average of 2,811 points. But to get into the top 5, he'll first have to overtake 5th place, Punz. Going slightly under the radar, Punz finds himself halfway up this list. And you've seen the people who have come before. This man is being slept on. A constant challenger for top 3 individually, he's always trying to one-up a certain other player who's coming up later on this list. However, despite being this brilliant and making it into Dodgeball twice in a row, he's still unfortunately looking for his first victory this season, with an average point score of 2,928 points. He just misses out on the 3k club, which starts with 4th place, Fruit Berries. Another king of MCC is of course the one and only Fruit Berries, who comes in at 4th. One of the best out there, Fruiters only came outside the top 3 individually on 3 occasions this season, having been extremely consistent in every event, even making Dodgeball 3 times in a row, which feels like it should be a record, but probably isn't considering how insane all these players are. However, of course, with that insane stat comes a rather sad one, as like Punz before him, he hasn't won yet this season. But I'm sure he'll be looking to change that very, very soon. For now, he has an average score of 311 points, which is only 6 points behind 3rd place, Quig. Whether it's of all time or just of Season 2, Quig always manages to find himself in 3rd place. And boy does he deserve to be there, especially after his incredible victory in MCC 23, which saw him and his team place first, as well as of course winning Dodgeball. Sadly, that's been his only victory this season after an incredible run of 16 tournaments that he's been in without a win. But maybe he'll kick on from here and start collecting a few more victories in the future. For now, he sits on an average point score of 3,017, which is unfortunately a long way off 2nd place, Sapnap. That's right, despite winning 4 events this season, as well as MCC All-Stars, Sapnap can't get the top spot. But that doesn't take away just how sensational he's been. I mean, let me repeat that. 4 events won this season. Incredible. And as if that wasn't enough, he's not placed outside the top 10 once. And that's despite some really difficult teams that he's had to lead. I'm looking at you, Phil, Tommy and Sneak. But seriously, this man is nuts and fully deserves all his success, with a crazy average score of 3,202 points. But even then, he couldn't reach the top, because instead it is 1st place, Illumina. What can I say? Seriously, what can I say? I mean, Sapnap's score was crazy enough, but this man, this MCC legend, manages to beat him somehow, despite not winning a single tournament this season, which is a crime fate is committing on the world. He will have some comfort with his victory in MCC Pride 2021, but even so, it's not enough, because he's just the best. I mean, he doesn't even take part in that many tournaments, only 5 throughout this season, and yet he somehow still manages to be in the top 5 individually for every single one, also getting into Dodgeball 3 times in a row, which, like his roommate Fruit, he sadly managed to lose. However, even so, his score of 3,232 points will take a heck of a lot to beat, even by a fellow legend like Sapnap. But anyway, We've now reached the end of our top 10. So I'm once again asking, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, because I would be so grateful if you did, especially as a small channel. I'd also like to shout out the Ultra Sheeplord and their team for putting together these amazing stats. You can find them in the description. And finally, thank you as always for watching. And of course, peace.